Hey, we're back. It's another video. This time we're gonna do some classic MPLS. Classic MPLS.
Classic.
Classic MPLS.
Let's also acknowledge that this is our second review for a Prince protege or associate artist. And but before we get into that, allow us to reintroduce ourselves. My name is Micah, aka CMS.
And my name is Perry Ross, Raccoon Hunter.
That's right.
And we are the Purple Underground. I see you got your Lakers on. What's up, man?
Oh yeah.
What's up, man?
Yeah, but they ain't doing too good this year. So I'm kind of rooting for the Bulls anyway.
Oh, okay. All right, that's what's up.
But that's another story, you know. So yes, we're back, people. Happy New Year's and happy belated holidays. But today we are here to talk about a very, I guess, important album in the history of
this
Prince.
album is more than important.
Oh, okay. You feel like you really want to express.
It was more than important. I was 8 years old when this album came out.
Really?
And it was my first porno. Especially when I saw the video. You know what I'm saying? It was all that.
All that?
It was all that, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like legs and hips and...
Right.
You know.
Okay. What do you want to introduce the album? Or should we do it together?
You can introduce it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vanity 6. Yes.
Self-titled gang.
Self-titled.
Oh, aren't they lovely? Aren't they lovely?
Yes. That's the vinyl.
Yes, it is.
You know, and of course, right behind us, they're just, yeah, you know.
And she looking right at me too, y'all. She looking right at me.
Actually, I think she's looking right at me.
You know, all of them looking at me for real. That's what's up. What's up, girls? Anyway, yeah.
You want to get into it?
Yeah, we can get into it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Prince came up with this concept of a female group, let's say in 81.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The original configuration of the group, they were supposed to be called, what, the Hookers?
The Hookers.
Which consisted of Jamie Shute, who was his personal assistant at the time. Susan Moosey, who was a native of Boston, defected to MPLS.
Okay. I didn't know she was from Boston.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Brenda, what's her last name?
Bennett.
Brenda Bennett, who was an MPLS original. And again, the name of the group was supposed to be called the Hookers. Like, Prince, there's nothing that I could really say about that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got two words.
What?
Rude boy.
Rude boy.
That's who he was at that time.
The Hookers. Wow.
The rude boy image. Man. Yeah, well, this album debuted August 11th, 1982 on Warner Brothers Records.
Yes.
And the album was produced by Prince.
Yes.
But it went under the pseudonym The Star Company.
Shout out to Jamie Starr.
Yes, Jamie Starr, you know who you are. And the production credit was shared with Vanity 6.
Right.
And I believe 7 of the 8 songs were written or co-written by Prince. And I think 3 of the songs were co-written by other band members and associates.
Right.
Along the Purple Circle or his musical stable. But we'll get into that in just a few minutes. And I think that's pretty much it as far as you know, when it debuted and things like that. The album reached number 45 on the U.S. pop chart, and it reached number 6 on the U.S. Billboard Black chart.
right,
which was recently named the Soul Charts. And I believe the album sold close to about 500,000 copies, but it didn't get certified gold until 1985, which will be 30 years this year.
30 years.
Yeah. And the album had 4 singles: "He's So Dull," "Nasty Girl," "Bite the Beat," and "Drive Me Wild."
He's So Dull.
There it is.
The 45.
And out of them 4, I think the only single that was pretty much successful was "Nasty Girl." But again, we'll get into that in just a little bit.
No doubt.
So, and this album was recorded mainly in Prince's home studio in 1981, and also in Sunset Sound Studios in Los Angeles.
Yes, sir.
In 1982.
Preach.
So, other than that, let's get into the track listing, my brother.
Nasty Girl. Well, Nasty Girl funky as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like her singing it, you could actually visually see her doing it.
Right.
By her singing it. You know what I'm saying? Every word, you know, from "That's Right, Pleased to Meet You," blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Think you got water on the brain. Think you got more water upstairs than you got sugar on a candy cane. Which was a diss, you know what I'm saying, to the Navy guys. You know, but it's all good. Shout out to our military, you know. Thank you for the things that you do.
No doubt.
So,
yeah, I think this is, I mean, you would agree when it comes to some of the real upbeat dance songs. I mean, this is a classic.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. It seems like everywhere you go, you hear "Nasty Girl."
Right. I mean, as far as the lyrical content, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, she's meeting a guy, and she's basically very aggressive and straightforward to the point.
Trying to get it in.
Exactly. And she, like, for example, if she says, "I need 7 inches or more. Tonight I can't control it. Get it up. Get it out.
Get it up.
Get it out. I can't wait any longer." You know. But this is kind of a theme that's kind of continue along the album as far as the sexual themes. Things like that. So,
yeah, I have to say this was actually my first porno.
Yes.
I think this was a lot of cats' first porno. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cats.
Yeah.
First porno.
But "Nasty Girl," I think it's a great track. In my opinion, I think it's the standout song on the album. Probably I would say so. I mean, it's my favorite, but I do have some other favorites now that since we've been listening to this album over the course of the past few months. But I'll get into that too. So,
yes, sir.
So let's move on to track number 2.
"Wet Dream." Can't help it, can't help it, can't help it.
I like this song a lot.
Yeah,
man.
"Wet Dream" hot.
I really like this song a lot now.
"Wet Dream" hot.
I really do.
Yeah.
Definitely, I mean, Prince definitely was really using the Linn drum and a lot of synths, you know, like the synthesizers, you know, very driven with that. Kind of gives you, like the song kind of gives you like a kind of a quirky type of electro type of feel to it. You know, it's real playful, which a lot of the songs on here kind of real playful and sexual.
Yes.
So yeah, I liked it. I like the song a lot.
"Wet Dream" is definitely hot. Feeling it.
Yes. I actually like the album version better than the one that they performed live on the 1999 Triple Threat Tour.
1999 Triple Threat. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like the album version better.
Yeah, ain't that weird though?
Yeah.
Ain't that kind of weird?
But it happens.
Yeah, it does.
So.
"Wet Dream."
You got anything else to say about "Wet Dream"?
No.
Yeah, I believe this song was recorded, I want to say...
"Wet Dream"?
Yeah, I think this was recorded around March or April in 1982 with Vanity and Brenda doing the vocals.
Right.
So anyway, the next song is
Drive Me Wild. One of my favorites. Love the video.
Yeah.
Love the video. Think about Susan Moosey. She didn't really have. Okay, let's just keep it real. She really didn't have a great voice. I don't really think she had a great voice.
I don't think, not to cut you off from what you're about to say, I don't think none of them had a great voice.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But I think what it was about this album was like the sexual overtones and stuff that made it kind of raw. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the time, 1982.
Right.
You know, stuff like that.
Exactly.
You know, but Drive Me Wild is very, very funky. Very, very funky track. You know.
And yeah, like you said, Susan Moonsey.
Yeah.
She's doing the lead vocals. I actually prefer the 12-inch extended version.
Yeah.
Like the remix version
hot.
better. That's more funkier to me.
Hot. Yeah.
Especially the guitar lick in that. I mean, I know Prince is playing on that. It just sounds like his guitar playing.
Right.
So I prefer that one over this version.
Right.
But overall, it's a pretty good song.
Yes, sir.
So next is the first single off the album,
which I think is my favorite song on the album.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised because it was another song that I would figure that's your favorite, but I'll get into that.
Right. But
He's So
Dub. My favorites. I love. Didn't Dez Dickerson write and produce this one?
Dez Dickerson did write.
Yeah.
And produce it.
Yeah, great song. And it feels like what he did on the Times albums.
Right.
Previous. They all got that same kind of vibe.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I mean? Because then he do off of the first album, Time album,
After High School.
After High School, and then he did. What did he do on What Time? He didn't do anything on What Time.
Yeah, he did. He did. What's the name of that song? One Day I'm Gonna Be Somebody.
One Day I'm Gonna Be Somebody. Yeah. Okay.
He did.
You know, and they all kind of got like that same Dez vibe.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I mean? So He's So Dull to me is a great song. Great song.
Yeah, I like it. It's definitely gives you that 80s vibe.
Man. Oh my God, yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the song and the music suits them.
Right.
Too. Especially when you see the video.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I like it. Moving on.
Side B.
Yeah.
Or side 6.
Or according to the vinyl, side 6.
If a girl answers, don't hang up.
Now, this is the song I thought would have been your favorite.
It's one of my favorites.
Okay.
It's one of my favorites.
It's one of mine, too. Now,
you know what I'm saying?
Now, this song was, I believe, co-written with Terry Lewis, who's a member of the Time and super producer and songwriter.
Right.
You know,
it's pretty comical.
Yeah,
with Prince on vocals.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Doing his Jamie Starr.
Yeah.
Alter ego.
You know, so yeah.
And then it also has like kind of the way they're singing is they're kind of rapping.
Right. Yeah.
You know. I just want to point that out. Yeah.
I think I'd rather wear a wig than run a hotel for roaches, ants and lights, dogs, cats in my hat.
Right.
Yo, that was hot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a real, like you said, comical, real playful type of song.
But it's also, it may be the funkiest track on the album.
The funkiest?
Yeah. You hear that bass line?
Probably, yeah.
You hear that bass line?
I would say so, yeah.
You know? Yeah, for sure.
Okay, next song is
Make
Up.
It's okay. Probably my least favorite.
Mine too.
Smoke a cigarette. I'm not ready yet. Make up. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I can, if I'm listening to the whole album, I can go through it. I can go through it. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and again, Susan Moonsey doing lead vocals.
Right.
On this song. So, yeah, it's just okay. Yeah. Now, I think this song was a along with Drive Me Wild, was originally recorded in the summer of 1981. So that was one of the earlier songs that was recorded or probably conceived originally. So yeah, it's probably my least favorite.
Yeah.
So moving on.
Bite the beat. Bite the beat.
What's that remind me of? The beat. It has that Ronnie Talk to Russia.
Ronnie Talk to Russia
type of beat. Yeah. Like the
Bite the beat is hot. I like Bite the beat.
Yeah.
I like Bite the beat. Yeah, that's hot.
Now this one was co-written with Jesse Johnson, another member of the time.
Right. Yeah, Bite the beat was nice.
Yeah.
Real nice. With Brenda on lead.
Brenda on lead vocals.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely has.
Out of all three of them, I would say she probably had the best vocals.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? If I had to choose.
Yeah, I agree.
But she was always known as more of a professional because she did all their little dance moves for the show.
Right.
And this and that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And this is another song where it has a lot of sexual references and things like that. So, yeah, I like Bite the Beat.
Yeah.
And we come to the finale of this debut album, 3 times 2 equals 6. Now, let me just say this. Now, I mean, that's right. Everybody knows 3 times 2 equals 6. That's the mathematical.
But what are they talking about?
Okay.
Why don't you let the people in on what they talking about?
Okay, Vanity 6, as you can see.
If you don't know.
The lovely ladies, you got 3 women times 2 breasts.
Titties.
Equals 6
3
breasts.
girls with 2 breasts.
Equals 6. So there's how you come up with Vanity 6.
Right.
Now,
AKA could have been Vagina 6.
Yeah, I don't think that would have. I mean, it would have. I mean, it would have worked far as like being like getting attention and things like that. But the name just it don't even sound right.
Another thing I want to point out about Vanity 6 is that this was Prince's attempt at doing a girl group.
Right.
When Rick James had the Mary Jane Girls to combat them, but I don't even think the Mary Jane Girls had an album out at the time.
See, I was going
and Prince beat him to the punch.
See, I was going to mention that too, along with something else I'll get to in just a second. And now I know I've read or somewhere that Rick James. Shout out to all the Rick James fans. I mean, I'm a fan of Rick too. Definitely.
Love Rick.
You know, but supposedly that Rick claims that Prince stole his idea to come up with an all-girl group.
Right.
You know.
Also,
let me mention Andre Simone. Yeah. He had his girl group called The Girls.
The Girls.
Which I never heard their album yet.
Right.
You know,
I've heard a couple tracks.
I've heard one. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I have heard a couple. Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty decent. The music was good.
But Rick, I don't know if you could actually steal the idea of a girls band. Like, girl bands was popping up everywhere. You had Climax back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Groups like that. So, I don't know if. I just think Prince beat him to the punch.
But were those groups like proteges of an already established big artists? You know, you understand what I'm saying?
What, like Climax?
Yeah.
Oh, Jamie Lewis produced Climax.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But yeah. But then also I think the Mary Jane Girls versus Vanity 6. I think Vanity 6, their album, eventually when the Mary Jane Girls did release an album,
right?
Vanity 6's album was way more sexually overtoned than the Mary Jane Girls. Yeah.
See, I've been wanting to listen to the Mary Jane Girls album. I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah.
So I just know 2 songs.
Right.
You know, All Night Long in My House.
Right.
So, I mean, I've heard people say that they felt like the Mary Jane Girls were better vocally.
They definitely was better vocally than Vanity 6. Yeah. But just like with anything, sex sells.
Yeah. And
if you can overdo sex, you know what I'm saying, people will fall into that. It'd be interesting to see who sold the most between them.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, getting back to the final track, 3 times 2 equals 6. I actually enjoy this song a lot too, for the most part.
Yeah.
I love Prince's guitar playing on it. I think Vanity vocally doesn't sound that bad on this album.
She does. She doesn't.
She really sounds good. You know. So,
but just like with Vanity, you know what I'm saying? Like, even after that, and she was making she sing her solo shit. I think she came into her own style.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Vocally. You know, so.
Yeah. Also, let me point this out too. You know, when Prince, because this is his creation, the image and, you know, the sexy women with lingerie, the makeup, looking sexy. Now, do you think these were the first girls to really epitomize, like, kind of
to exploit that?
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. To really exploit that type of image, because this was before Madonna, right?
Right, definitely 82. Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that they were like the first ones?
Yeah, I definitely think they were, and I think a lot of women picked up on it after the fact, like Madonna.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like somebody like Lil Kim.
Yeah,
You know
definitely.
what I'm saying?
Foxy Brown too.
Foxy Brown.
You know.
Then I don't know if you remember this group, HWA, the spin out female group,
Hoes with Attitude. Yeah.
They definitely spent off on it.
Right.
Ice-T wife back then, Darlene, you know what I'm saying? She, you know what I'm saying? You know, she wasn't a rapper or a singer, but she was a nice eye candy to look at, and she kind of epitomized that. So I think a lot of people really hopped onto that when they knew it would make money.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. And also, let me just point this out too, since we got into the image wise. I think all 3 of these ladies kind of had their own they had their own what's the word I'm
style of lingerie brand.
The style, like, to me, Brenda was kind of like she was almost had like the bad girl look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, with the the cigarette.
Right.
Susan looked like she kind of portrayed the good girl,
the young girl,
but a naughty girl.
Right.
Vanity was more like
all sex,
all sexual but mysterious.
Right.
You know, and just drop dead gorgeous, like,
yeah.
You know. I mean, but all 3 of them were nice looking, but Vanity was
smoking hot.
I mean, hey, before Beyonce, right. You know,
even with Beyonce, you know what I'm saying, man. Look,
like Vanity, like in her prime.
Yeah.
I mean, I even shout out to Dave Johnson. We used to go into this debate about who looked better between Vanity and I think Maite. At the time I said Maite might have been the prettiest, but now I was like, nah. I seen something on YouTube with Vanity.
Right.
And like she had me like mesmerized by her beauty. And I was like, I see why people say that. Because she had them eyes and everything.
Right. Like at first I was like Vanity and Apollonia.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, which one is the hottest? But I always swayed more towards Vanity. I don't know now. Because I think Apollonia was... She was very
gorgeous.
Attractive.
She was gorgeous.
And very pretty.
Yeah, she still is.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now, I mean, I don't know. And then a question is asked of me a lot, and I'm pretty sure you've been asked that. If Vanity would have done Purple Rain, would it have been better? I would have to say no.
I really don't know how to answer that question.
I would really have to say no. You know what I'm saying? Because I think things work like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't there, forget it, we get somebody else. Right. And Apollonia came in and she did a great job.
She did. She definitely did. I mean, she had the look. Mm-hmm. I mean, she was gorgeous.
Right.
You know, so.
Yes, sir.
So. And, I don't know. I don't think I need to add anything else to it. What about you?
No, I don't need to add anything else.
Okay.
So if you had to rate this album, 5 turntables.
5. Mm-hmm.
What would you give it?
This is gonna surprise you. I mean, because I've liked this album for the most part throughout the years, but since we've been listening to it, you know, for this video, I've really grown to really enjoy this a lot more. So I'm gonna give this a surprisingly 4 out of 5.
Wow, really?
I mean, just for what it is. I mean, for what, you know what I'm saying, the look of the group,
right,
and the kind of music, you know, that was pertaining to the whole, what the group was supposed to represent,
right,
which was women who could be sexy,
right,
and independent, and in
right.
control.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they wasn't great singers, but the music was good. I'm gonna give it a 4.
I could agree with that. A 4, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, definitely agree with that.
Were you surprised?
Not really.
Really? Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
I was gonna rate it a little bit lower than that. Okay. So yeah. So for those who don't have this album, you need to get this album, especially if you're a diehard Prince fan. You know, you gotta have the proteges and things like that, man, to really see the other sides of this man's genius.
Yes, sir.
You know, so
most definitely.
Yeah.
So, well, this concludes our video. You know what I mean? I am P. Ross.
I am Micah, aka CMS, and together we are
The Purple Underground. Peace.
And be wild.